Hello, good morning. What's new? Welcome to another Motivational Monday, where every Monday I try to say something nice. Today we're going to talk about how to bounce back from a shitty situation. We've all been there. Shitty situations happen. You get fired, you lose your job, your husband wants a divorce. Shitty situations. We've all been there. And what I have figured out, the lessons that I've learned, are that there are 7 steps that you need to take. And you need to take them, for me, it has always worked in this order, but you need to find out what works for you. So, step number 1, you have to accept it. You have to accept it. When you're dealing with these shitty situations, the first thing that you have to do is process it, like a grief, that you are mourning something. You have to go through the same stages, the shock, the denial, the anger, the pain, the guilt, the organizing, everything that you have to do, you have to go through those stages. You have to get to acceptance. That is step number 1. You don't have to wait for your feelings to catch up to take action, right? So that is step number 2. You need to remove fair from your vocabulary. We've been told over and over again, right? Life isn't fair. We also know that hard work should be rewarded. We know that kindness should be reciprocated. We know these things, but people don't. Because people are out doing what they think is their best, which may not align with your best or what your vision of the best should be. People are out there doing it for themselves. And the world is not a bad place, but there are these injustices where you worked hard and still you got fired, or you were kind and still you got divorced. You have to remove fair from your situation. Life is not fair. And it's about what you're learning from this situation. That's number 3. You have to focus on your life lesson. Everything that is being handed to you is something you can handle. Whoever you pray to, whether it's God or Allah or Joshua or Diana or any whoever you pray to, any external God that you pray to, or internal God, if you pray to an internal God, you have to remember that they are giving you a lesson that you can handle. This is something that you need to learn. If you got fired, it's because you are being given an opportunity to go and try something else, to maybe find your true life. If you are getting divorced, maybe it's a lesson on how you need to learn to become more independent. There's a life lesson in this. You have to find it. So number 1, you have to accept it. Number 2, you have to remove fair from your vocabulary. 3, you have to focus on the life lesson. 4, you have to question whether this is big as a problem as it seems. Maybe the problem is not as bad as you think it is. It sucks because, yes, when you get fired, you suddenly don't have income coming in and you need to pay bills. That sucks. However, you'll figure it out, right? Maybe that means you need to call your creditors and say, hey, this happened. I need some help. Hey, can I take a break this month so I have 30 days to try and go do something, right? Susie Orman says that your first thing should always be to pay rent. After that, everything comes second. So your bills should come second. And Susie Orman has ways to classify those. Maybe you should pay your credit cards after your rent, but you've got to make food, right? So you got to get food first, so credit cards fall even farther. Call your creditors and say, hey, I need 30 days. Can I have 30 days? You'd be surprised how many of them are going to say yes. And then you have 30 days to go and find something. It's not always as big a problem as it seems right then. The world is not always falling apart because something shitty happened to you. Guess what? The world's still going to keep going. Number 5, you need to make get strong your mantra. Because there's a saying, it's from the Bible, and I think Kanye West has said it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Kelly Clarkson had a whole song about it, right? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I know that you feel powerless when you're in these shitty situations. But you're going to get your power back, and when you do, you are going to be just as strong, if not stronger. Number 6, remember, you can start over. There was a beautiful meme going around social media for a while. It was a very, very thick tree, hundreds of years old, that had been cut down. It was just a stump. And it said, remember, you're never too old to start over. And that's a beautiful thing. You are not stuck where you are. You have the opportunity, you always have the freedom to say no, and you can start over. Lastly, number 7, ask somebody you respect how they would react. How would they react? If it's somebody older, maybe somebody that's been through something similar, how did they react? How did they get through? Ask them. You have mentors in your life. You have friends. You have people you can go to. Ask them, because they have knowledge that they can pass on to you, so that one day someone's going to come to you with the same questions and you could say, here's what I did. 1, I accepted it. 2, I removed fair from my vocabulary. 3, I focused on my life lesson. 4, I questioned whether it was as big a problem as it seemed. 5, I made get strong my mantra. 6, I remembered that I can continue from this new place. And number 7, I went and asked somebody how they would deal with it. Be kind to one another.